Hey Pop Culture Pals, I'm back with a new thrift haul. This one is all t-shirts. We went to our favorite Salvation Army that normally has no t-shirts because they're only $1.99, and this one today, for whatever reason, was loaded. And at $1.99, I can grab things without stopping to look them up, which is a pain, especially when we're trying to get in and out of the stores right now. As opposed to, if you remember, if you saw my other video, our church store charges $5 for a t-shirt. So that's a big difference in profit when you're not sure if something's going to go. So the one downside to grabbing things at $1.99 without looking them up is there are a couple of misses for different reasons. I'm going to start with those misses and show you what I got. And forgive me, again, camera angle is tricky with a t-shirts, so I'm going to do the best I can to get you a decent view. So we're going to start with this one, which I'm going to start with my misses, which actually, I don't know, could still turn this one around. I picked this up because the maker is Mad Engine, and I had a recollection that I used to sell Mad Engine shirts thinking they were car shirts. Car company shirts do really well. There's a couple of big names that do like custom cars. But I mistook that. Mad Engine is apparently just a company that does shirts for a lot of different people. I did like the art on this. They do a lot of Marvel art, but I don't think that's what this is. If anybody recognizes what this is, I would appreciate, drop me a comment, let me know, because it's not, I mean, it's a skull. It actually took me a minute to realize it was a skull, but there appears to be in these shapes something else happening here, like a map of someplace. This section as well here. So I don't know if you know what this is. There's nothing on it except for the word Mad Engine. So it could be nothing, could just be a design. But if it's something, you know, like a property that you recognize, a video game, let me know. Otherwise, I think this one's going to be a miss. Oops, forgot I had my thing there. This one, sadly, is a miss for a different reason. So this is a Burton, which is a snowboard company. It's a really cool graphic with all kinds of things woven into the image. I think they must be like logos from other board companies. It reminds me of skateboard graphics. So, like, check out the hand here. So cool. So I have sold Burton shirts before, and they usually do fairly well. The trouble with this one is, oh, here, and I'll show you the tag so you know what I'm talking about. So that's Burton with this little, what looks like a start button after it. That's Burton Snowboards. So this Salvation Army, oh, okay, well, thought I was going to make this work. The Salvation Army uses those little, well, you know, most thrift stores use those colored tags to denote what's going to go on sale, but they shoot them in a way that this happens. You can see it right there in the center of your screen. That, unfocused or not, is a hole, and it's a pretty big one. It's probably going to get bigger, and that's what happened when we took the tag out. They had shot the tag so aggressively that they ripped it. I think they were aiming for the seam. When they get closer to the seam, it doesn't happen. I don't know why they don't put it in the hem or the hem of the cuff, any place where, you know, it would be less of a problem because it's going through more layers of fabric. So that's really sad because this probably was a $15 to $20 shirt, but now it is probably a redonation because of that. This one I bought special for myself, and I may end up keeping it. It says South Jersey Surf Zone, and it has all of my haunts as a child, including my very favorite place, Wildwood, New Jersey. So I'm a California girl at this point, so it is kind of funny that it's Surf Zone, but I was born and raised in Jersey. Look at that, so funny over there, Philly, really small. So I really love this. It does fit me, and I may keep it. I don't know if it has any value. I bought it for that reason. So this one's mine. This is the one non-t-shirt that I bought. Obviously, it is Jack Skellington. It's a hoodie, and it has a nice, I can flip it a little bit here, Nightmare Before Christmas logo across the bottom hem. It is a smaller size. That's okay. I think it's probably like a medium. And it's got a little wear pattern on it. You know, it's been worn and washed several times, you can tell, but not to its detriment. I think it really works for these. I don't pick up everything Nightmare Before Christmas I see anymore because there's so much of it out there that it's not all valuable. But I really liked this one. And again, it was a good price at my store. So I thought I'd grab it. And it does turn out this particular one will sell in the $30, $35 range. Again, depending the size. Sometimes the bigger ones do a little bit better. But I should be able to flip this one for $30, $35. People still love their Jack Skellington, and they wear him all year long, regardless of it being Halloween or Christmas. So that's my one hoodie. Now we're going to get into the stuff that's more of a, should be a hit, not a miss. Let me see if I can reset you up here. So this one is frustrating me because, again, my camera tripod will not stand still. All right, I swear next time we will get better camera setup. So this is moon phases having to do with an eclipse. This is eclipse, and it is an Old Navy, which you would think would not be valuable, but there's the Old Navy tag. There are a number of Old Navy shirts, because I guess they make them and then they retire them, that people really love, and they pay upwards of $20 for. There's some much higher than that. This is probably, again, maybe a $14, $15 shirt, which is plenty of profit when you're only paying $1.99. It's a very nice quality shirt, and I think the moon phases will do well. We, again, since it's been a long time, we primarily sell pop culture, movie, TV, video game, music, but I also have a real soft spot for anything that has to do with the moon, the stars, spooky stuff, which you could have seen a bit, so yeah. This one I haven't had a chance to look up yet, so I have no idea if this is a hit, miss, what this is, but Lollipop Guild, Welcoming Committee, Oz. Again, I liked the touch of spookiness to this rather than it being cute. I think there are lots of Oz fans that lean more toward the darker side of Oz that will appreciate this. It does not have a tag at all, so I'm assuming it was, you know, made for one of those Redbubble or something like that, which is fine. It's still a super design, and I'm hoping that is also a $15 shirt. Next, we have House of Blues. Oh, these black shirts just show everything. These have all been washed, by the way, in case you wonder. We did throw them all in the wash and dryer when we got home. So this is House of Blues in Anaheim. It is a cool graphic. If I can get closer, I think it'll let me get closer here. And you can see all the text. Will travel. What's it say? Will travel. It just says will travel, I guess. House of Blues. Yeah. But again, it's a pretty, where the heart meets the soul. It's pretty colors. They're blue. It's a neat design. Trouble with this one, again, maybe that it's a little on the small side. Bigger shirts just sell faster. And then the front has the House of Blues Anaheim logo. What I'm counting on here is that buying this at House of Blues was probably a $30, $40, who knows, $50 shirt. So somebody who went there and wants an official shirt, it is official, but didn't want to pay that price, can get it from me, less expensive. Okay, this one, let me zoom back out. It was a bit of a guess based on past experience. This is a Volcom, but it is a special Volcom. I did actually like the color too. It's kind of a rust, red clay sort of color. Here's the Volcom tag at the bottom. So this is part of their artist series, which if you look up here, if I can get the collar open enough. So it says featured artist, spring, summer 2007 collection. And I think it has the name of the artist on there as well. So these are interesting because, again, they are limited editions that come out and they're dated. So people who collect all of them will are interested in these because, they might have missed the one. This. What is this? Featuring a selection of work. Oh, friends from Australia. So this is an Australian artist that did this. So again, these are hit and miss. This could be a $14 shirt. Should be at least that. And it could be a $30 shirt, depending on if this particular artist is sought after by people who collect the artist's shirts. This one was kind of perplexing to me. So again, if anybody there has any more information, I'll take it. So it's obviously Disney Zombies. There's no question that's what it is. It is an adult, like a small adult shirt, not a child shirt. You will see a lot of kids shirts in this, with this logo. So what confused me is the tag. Let me come up here. So at first I saw this Sport and Company and said, oh, it's just, a bootleg, for lack of a better word. Somebody just printed it on there. But then underneath is the Disney actually imprinted on the shirt. And that's unusual for a company. I don't know. I think it's unusual for a company that's not Disney to bother printing that on the shirt. Maybe they do it, again, to make it look like it's legit, because it is weird to me to have the double tag. Now, the only place I have seen the double tag is on Disney shirts that are printed for particular occasions. For example, a run or a party, something that is Disney related for the cast, but is printed probably very quickly at location, at near Florida, near Anaheim in our case probably, rather than mass merchandised. So it's possible that that's the case here, but those also generally have some kind of designation where it'll say like, premiering this date or something. So I don't know. If it hadn't been $1.99, it actually might have even been less. I think it might have been on sale for half price. That I got a couple of these at half price. I wouldn't even have picked it up, but yeah. So if anybody has any knowledge about the double tag on the Disneys or this particular shirt, again, I would love to hear it. This is a band pickup that I like. So it's Social Distortion. It is Black Hat Vintage, I think they're called. Again, let me go in on that tag for you. Black Hat Vintage t-shirts. Their shirts are really nice. Again, very high quality. I really enjoy their shirts. I have sold them before. So this would not, again, be a band tee. This would be more like what you would find at, on a store, on their online store. But it is Social Distortion, which was a popular band in my household. And so, yeah, pick that up. Again, $1.99. What the heck? This is this is hit or miss for good reasons and bad reasons. So this is Blizzard Crew. Now, Blizzard Entertainment is very close to where I live, so a lot of their shirts, a lot of their crew and company shirts do turn up in our thrift stores all the time. This one caught my eye initially because of the color. I'm a big fan of the blue. And in the past, I would grab these because Blizzard shirts, crew shirts, used to sell very well, like in the sometimes $40, $50 range well. But not always the case. Blizzard in recent years has had some, shall we just say, issues that have put them in the news. But they have also been in the news this week for some other more better issues, hopefully having to do with companies changing hands and all of that. So because it's trending in the news, it could mean people are going to look for it and want to buy it, especially if there's any chance that the company name might be changing in any way. There are a bunch of these up, so clearly the company dumped a ton of them into our charity ecosystem here, and a lot of resellers have already got them and put them up. So at the moment, a few of them have sold, but literally like $5 with shipping, which even on a $1.99 shirt, I wouldn't recoup my loss. But again, I wasn't going to leave it behind. This is a tip if you are an eBay seller, a new eBay seller. One of the things about buying shirts like this, especially for under $2, is that it puts keywords in my store that are helpful to me. That's the back, by the way, and the front has that little logo. By putting things in my store like Blizzard, video games, those kinds of words, that helps eBay understand the kind of things I sell, and it helps people who are searching find me where they may not buy this shirt, but when they find me, then they may see that I have other video game items or related entertainment items that they do want. So think of it as buying a keyword advertisement for $1.99, and as long as it's in your store, yeah, it's a keyword people can find. So a couple of these shirts I bought really had that in mind, that even if they don't sell, like Social Distortion, like Wizard of Oz, it's great. This is another weird one. I would not have bought this originally. It is Gap, which is not particularly resellable in my experience, but it was for Bonnaroo 2013, and the back has that big long list of artists, just like that Coachella one I had the other day. There. With starting again with Paul McCartney, but it is a different list. Look, Weird Al Yankovic. A lot of interesting people, and comedians also at the bottom, which is kind of fun. The weird thing about it is that it's on a Gap label. So did Gap remake this as like a vintagey thing? It's not old enough to be vintage. Or Gap was just the supplier of shirts for this event. So that's possible. Downside again is the aggressive issue with the tag, and this one also somewhere here, doesn't matter, you can take my word for it, also ended up with a hole where they put the little plastic indicator, which is such a shame, because again, I think that this shirt might have had some value. There is one up right now that hasn't sold, that isn't up for very much, but again, I think from a keyword standpoint and the fact that we sell a lot of festival shirts like this, I think it's a good buy for me, even at $1.99. I have two shirts, I don't think I have them in order, that I grabbed based on my love of putting spooky things in the shop. This is called Funeral Classics. I did not know what it was at the time. This one just has skulls on it. I'm going to move on, and I will tell you more about that when I hit the other one. I should have put them together, but I didn't. Sorry. This is another, always sells, will be competing a little bit with guys that sell this new. It is official, The Office. Again, The Office. And it's the Shruti Beet Farm Winery in this case. I'm going to be straight. I'm a big TV fan. I don't watch the show. And I do not understand the fascination with these Beet Farm logo shirts. I have sold several of them. The other one being the one that's like Beets and Battlestar Galactica. I grabbed that for that reason. But I have also sold variations of this, not this particular Beet Winery one, but these Beet Farms. And again, they sell like crazy. I don't understand why. Right now, though, there are several people selling them new. So they have them in all sizes. I'm competing with it being used in one size. So I'm probably going to have to undercut. But again, I should be able to get minimally 12, if not 14. I might just have to wait a little bit for it to sell till the other people are gone. And once again, it's a great keyword, even if it doesn't sell right away, because it's a TV show. Oh, this is just a random, because this was half price. So this was $1.99, 50% off. Let's Glow Crazy. It just looked really 80s to me. I don't think it is an 80s shirt. I think it's a 90s pretending to be 80s, but it's got this paintball effect, and I think that some people who are real 80s fans will enjoy this shirt. I think it'd be fun, even if they, you cut it up and wore it, over your leotard and leggings with your leg warmers when you went to the club. It's a lot of fun. So again, $2 investment, $1 investment. Should be no surprise to anybody why I picked this one up, if you know me at all. Winchester, the family business. So this is Supernatural, the TV series. In case you didn't know, I am a huge Supernatural fan. If you check my description, I actually wrote a book of Supernatural interviews. I used to spend a lot of time with the cast and crew. So I liked this one. Again, it's not uncommon. There are a lot of these types of shirts up, but it was worth it to me to get it for no other reason than the keyword for it, but mostly because there's no way I'm leaving a Supernatural shirt behind. And once again, a little bit smaller size, so it will take probably a little longer, but I should be able to get, $14 for it. My favorite price point on these things. This is another Old Navy that I'm hoping will be special because it is a Huntington Beach Pier Old Navy shirt. So here in California, obviously, that's not so bad. I didn't say earlier when the South Jersey shirt, like, it's really always funny to me to find something from New Jersey here in my California stores. In this case, it's not unusual, obviously, to find a Huntington Beach shirt, but it is Old Navy, which is a chain, obviously, that across the entire country, maybe out of the country. And it made me curious if they actually create shirts for local markets like this. Do they only sell this here? Or is Huntington Beach known enough to sell the shirt all over? I'm assuming it's just a local market shirt. In which case, I think that there are probably going to be people across the country, the surfers especially, who might like to have this shirt. And it should be rarer because, again, it is specifically local. So, yeah, I couldn't find this exact one up, but other ones, again, comparably selling. You already heard me, $14. So here we have Funeral Classics. Let me zoom in a little bit on this one because I want you to see the detail. So this one looks like an old movie poster. Funeral Classics, Stare Into These Eyes. Here's Zombie Tattoo, and then more Funeral Classics, Funeral Death at the bottom. So it turns out that Funeral Classics is a brand here in Southern California created by a local artist who was really into old horror movie posters. And so he created a line of shirts, his own brand, based on that. So the other one with the skulls, you wouldn't have got it from that. That kind of just looked generally goth. But this one certainly has the old movie poster vibe. And this is the one I saw first. And once I grabbed this, I saw the other one and thought, well, I might as well get them both. They do seem to still be in business. I think they did post to their Instagram recently too. This particular shirt and the other one are not available on their website that I saw. So these must be older designs. But I love, I love the idea. I love that it's a, limited edition, really cool. And I think the movie poster look, I don't know. I have no idea what I'll get for this. There are none of these up on eBay at the moment. And the final shirt is something I love to pick up. And again, this one's a little bit interesting for different reasons. So let me get you sorted out here. Hang on. So this is Hang Time Roller Coaster at Knott's Berry Farm. What's interesting about it is that it has this marketing points. First and only dive coaster, beyond vertical drop, 5 gravity defying inversions, and then Surf's Up May 18th, 2018, sorry. So this is clearly a shirt that was made to market the roller coaster before it was made. Obviously given out, or perhaps people who worked there were given the shirt. But I liked it for that reason, that it is a pre-opening. It's clearly not a shirt that was just made. It's not logoed, so it's not made to sell in the stores, so I doubt it was made in a very large quantity. I always pick up shirts that have to do with roller coasters and shirts that deal with really any shirts from our local parks, Universal, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags sometimes, Disneyland, but especially these coaster ones. I know there's big coaster fanatics, and I thought that this particular one, again, being that it was promoting the date when this roller coaster was going to open for business, was a particularly interesting piece of history for roller coaster fans. So I'm actually hoping that this could be a $30 shirt. I saw that the shirts for the coaster that they got rid of to get this one, which the name escapes me at the moment, are selling in the $30 range. So maybe on this one. Anyway, that's my last shirt. That's a big long pile of fabric that, with any luck, so I paid All told, our bill was, I think, about $40 after we take out a few other items that we had in there. And if I sold all of these for even 10, you know, I'd be more than doubling my money, hopefully tripling my money, even with the misses that are in here. So that's the goal. We're going to get them listed. If you're interested in any of these shirts, check out our eBay store. It's Boris Basement. It'll be listed in the description box below. And you can go ahead over there, make me an offer, and I'd love to sell you one of our shirts.